Hi, everybody. I am Lady Stars on Fire. This is Breaking the Cage for February 2nd through, it's actually through the 9th, but I'm pushing it out a little bit to the 11th. And there's a reason for that. There's a yod in the astrology that we're going to be building up to. And so that's why I'm pushing it that way. It's going to be bringing in like an eclipse energy. But in order for me to go back through and really break this down and give it to you the way Spirit intended on me to give it to you, I gotta give you this video the way that I'm giving it to you because that's the way that they are giving it to me. So it's the way my guides are giving me the energy. Now I'm making this actually on February 2nd and February 1st, and that's Chinese New Year. This is the year of the tiger, but understand in Chinese New Year, this is actually the year of the water tiger. Now, the best way for me to explain is if you've been following me for any amount of time, then you already know that my spirit guides are a little bit nutty. My spirit guides are a little bit nutty and they tend to keep me in cartoon land, as I like to call it. And there's a reason for that because as a shaman, I have to deal with some pretty heavy and dark stuff. All right. And so to make it lighter and easier for me to handle it and still stay positive about things, they give me a lot of things from a cartoon perspective. Now, with that being said, I'm going to lead you with the way they are giving me this week, but this week's energy is picking up so much of an idea as to where and how to view this year in general. All right. And I'm going to be showing you my age here because, apparently they think it's funny. So I'm going to give it to you that way. Now, understand first off, yes, it is the year of the tiger. It's a water tiger. But what they're giving me with this energy of the year of the tiger is they give me Scooby Doo. They give me Scooby Doo, but it's not just Scooby Doo because it's like, forget Scooby Doo. It's like, I want you to pay attention to the mystery machine, the mystery machine. Right there is a big key. And they were like, I want you to take the mystery machine and I want you to mix that energy with from your life, your world, the real world, the three-dimensional world that you all know of, the 60s. And I want you to take all of that information from the 60s and mix it with Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Machine. And what they're trying to say here is not just the freedom of the 60s, not just the hippy dippy trippy stuff of the 60s, but all the controversy that took place in the 60s. And realize it's not just about the hippie peace, love, and happiness, but also about the controversy and everything that was going on during the 60s. But realize we're talking about it being marinated with Scooby Doo and the Mystery Machine, because then they choose to give me Fred Jones from the Mystery Machine. Mystery from Scooby Doo. And when they give me Fred Jones, what they're giving me is, again, they're making me show my age, and they're giving me that old song. And as the song began, you hear like the motorcycle starting up, and they're like, the leader of the pack. This is speaking to us about understanding a little bit more about Fred Jones in the mystery of Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Machine and everything that's going on, and mixing it with the 60s energy that they're telling us. First off, Fred Jones, yes, is the leader of the pack. Fred Jones is also very calm, cool, and collected during all of the controversy and crazy crap that goes on during Scooby-Doo. But he also knows how and when to take things seriously, but to keep it lighthearted, instead of allowing it to emotionally really pull you in one direction or the other. This brings us back to the year of the tiger. This is a water tiger. We need to acknowledge it not just as tiger energy, but water energy. And this is speaking to us of underwater energy as well as above water energy. This is speaking to you of the tiger itself. This is speaking to you of the eye of the tiger, the shrouded perception, and why at this time and throughout this year, do not allow yourself to get psyched out. Do not allow yourself to get psyched out, because the true divinity is already found within you, but you have to believe and acknowledge that. You have to be able to have that calm, collected, cool point of view while things get stressful, and still be able to know how and when to apply it seriously and when to let it go into cartoon land and not be a big deal about it, basically. Now, when we're looking at the water tiger, we're looking at the shrouded perception, the hidden perception. Can you see through the lie? Can you see through the unseen, what's not clear, what's being hidden? And can you still have the strength of the tiger, the courage of the tiger, the independence, the beauty, as well as Spirit says the duty within the energies of the tiger? Remember, when we're getting into lions and tigers and stuff like this, remember the lioness is also the one that is responsible for bringing home the food. They're responsible for taking care of the family, just in the same way. They take on more of a male point of view. So this is asking you also to look into masculine and feminine within yourself. And we're talking about it being a water energy. So we're talking about your emotional standpoint from underneath you, what is hidden inside of you, what is not being shown. And are you going to allow it to control you and react from it like a tiger? Are you going to allow this energy during this week, as well as throughout this year, build you into strength, courage, independence, and beauty? Or are you going to allow it to be, like the lion in the cage, to where you are, attacking outwardly? And what Spirit gives me is understand this 60s meets Scooby-Doo and Fred Jones energy. Don't forget that Mercury has been in retrograde and goes direct on the 3rd, which means mystery itself is at foot. Because when Mercury goes into shadow, it is going to be showing you the pieces you did not want to see, that you did not learn while Mercury was in retrograde. It's going to be showing things from a different aspect and looking at it from a darker point. So if it hasn't shown itself yet, it's about to. But everything you need to see is already there if you can read between the lines, if you can use the eye of the tiger to see what you need to see. Then we have what Spirit gives me at the end. I'm sorry, I have to look back at my notes because I can't keep up. I was laughing when I was writing this down. Spirit is giving me at the end of what they give me as my message. This, like I said, they're making me show my age. They take me all the way back to the movie Wayne's World. And at the end of one of the movies, it's like, doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo. And they were calling it the Scooby-Doo ending. And this is, again, speaking about your divination. What are you bringing into reality? What ending are you creating? And acknowledge that you are responsible for the foundation that you are creating. Because right now, the eye of the tiger is also bringing us to the idea of the 49 in I Ching, which is revolution. Because Spirit has also been giving me the song. What is the song? Where is it? They keep giving me over and over and over again the song Smoke in the Water and Fire in the Skies by Deep Purple. And whenever I get that song, that means 49 in I Ching, which is a revolution. But the revolution, in every revolution, there's the molding pot. So this is the time of it being set. This is the direction, the creation of the manifestation. And are we creating it from our power? Or are we creating it from manipulation and needing to push around, to push to receive? Are we doing it in a healthy way or an unhealthy way, as we are looking into what we are actually bringing forth for this week as well as this year? Now, like I said, it all comes down to shrouded. Can you see between the lines and read between the lines? Can you see what is hidden? Are you able to see the truth? Now, like I said, this week, at the end of the week, you have a yod coming up on the 11th. And what Spirit is giving me is this yod energy. Yod in Hebrew means it is the creator. It's the smallest but the most mightiest of the letters, and it's the most powerful because it is the power of creation itself. And I will be getting into that in just a moment, but I want to give you what I'm getting from the astrology as we're building up to this, because I'm not going to be talking about anything any other astrologer is talking about, simply because spirit kind of just takes it all away, and the only part I get to see is what I'm about to explain, because that's the way that they're showing it to me. They're showing me, remember, first off, everything has to do with the way things are in line, with the way Scorpio has the south node in it all year long, the way Uranus has the north node in it all year long, the way Jupiter is in Pisces with Neptune all year long. But then let's look at Capricorn right here now. The fact that Mercury is about to go direct, because Capricorn is a loaded house. Capricorn has Pluto in it, Venus, Mercury, Vesta, and Mars. Now, you have Mars, which is not getting along with the South Node, and it's not getting along with Chiron, but it's getting along great with Uranus. Mars is your passion, your action, your aggression. It's in the 10th house, your outer world, the authority of the outer world. And what authority do you allow the outer world to have over you within your life? What have you given it power over you of? And are you using this correctly? Because if you're using it correctly, then you are setting your power outside of yourself and in the outer world. And you're telling the outer world where its power will work for you, not where it will be taken from you. And you have to abide by its rules. You are setting your power, your manifestation outwardly. That's the keys here. If you're doing this right, Mars is passion, action, aggression, fire. It's sacral chakra mixed with some solar plexus. It's not getting along with the South Node, which is in Scorpio, which is the mystery, Scooby-Doo. It is the redirection of manifestation. It is the rules, the walls, the boundaries of the relationships within our lives. It is birth, death, and rebirth. And how do you continue to grow and instead of stay stagnant? Because that's the key too. It is Mars and South Node are not getting along. South Node means is everything that you're good at, everything you've gotten used to, you've gotten comfortable with within that outer world and those relationships with that outer world, the rules, the walls, and boundaries of allowing and what you don't allow to happen and what you've gotten comfortable with, but where you've stopped growing. So this is asking you specifically, it's time to grow, time to have the eyes of the tiger, time to step into your power, time to take action. And it is not getting along with Chiron, which is the wounded healer in the first house of Aries and brand new beginnings. The saying, step out of your comfort zone, people. But what it is getting along with is your self-worth, your self-value, your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem, your creator energy within your independence, your individuality, your uniqueness, your freedom of Taurus. So if you don't allow yourself to get psyched out and you come into your courage, then you're starting to come into your power, and this will start working for you. This will start paying off for you. All right. Now, you also have the South Node, which is not getting along with Neptune, which then is not getting along with Lilith, which then is getting along with Saturn. Understanding this little mix here, you're looking at the South Node, everything you're good at, but it's not good for you. Being in your comfort zone and not growing. Speaking to Neptune, going, well, if you don't want to grow, that's fine. We don't have to. That's really what it's coming down to. And it's looking at the fact of, well, if I want to, Neptune is your magic. It is your power. It is the spirit of the magical power of you. But it's in the 12th house, hidden in your underworld, the water tiger. Where are you afraid to face your truth? This is asking you to dig and dive deep. It's asking you, where are you going to be willing to grow where you haven't been willing to grow before? It's asking you to take that magic and bring it into fruition and create something new, not the same old thing, and then take it into your true communication with yourself with Lilith here. Lilith is your fire. Lilith is your fire in your communication, asking you, what in the world were you put on this planet for? Why are you here? What do you burn for? What do you want? What do you desire? And then will you set the rules, walls, and boundaries of the outer world? Can you communicate it properly? This is asking you directly, do you have the courage? Do you have the courage to be in your power and stand there courageously and try something new and be bold enough to go after what you really truly desire? Or will you be pushed into a corner and will you eventually come out vindictively, which is not in your power, to try to get what you want? Remember, Scooby-Doo, the mystery machine. They are always looking for the mystery, but the mystery is always a lie. It is always seeing through the eye of the tiger for the shrouded hidden truth. So where is the hidden truth? And what will you do with the eye of the tiger when you see it? This is part of what you're going to be looking at this year. Like I said, we're going towards the yod, but for this week as well as this year. Now you also have Venus this week, which is your sensitivity emotionally, mentally, spiritually. But it's also in that outer house of the 10th house again with the outer authority, your money, your financial situations, your platform that you build upon. It is sitting with Vista. This is a very key, important part. Vista is sacrifice and commitment, but more importantly, Vista is the fire of the soul as well. It is the fire that burns from within, kind of like what Lilith is asking you about. But Vista holds the keys to the doors of the perception to change everything, giving you the proper sacrifice and commitment according to listening to your Venus. What feels good and why does it feel good? Why do you want more of it? And is it good for you? Or has it harmed you? Has it betrayed you? Has it lied to you? Venus is not love. Venus tells you about your emotional, mental, and spiritual sensitivities and what is the truth and the facts in them. So where is it supporting you? And where is it harming you? We're looking at the outer world is what all of this is coming from. Where's the outer world doing you some favors, helping support you and where you want to take it? And what do you have to do to get into the proper place to make it work for you? As well as it's talking to Sirius, not Sirius Star, Sirius. And Sirius is all about nurturing or neglecting. So what part of your values, because that's also Venus. Venus is asking you, what do you value from the outer world and how does those values work for you or not? And are they something that you want to continue to nurture or something that has been neglected and it's time to, do some changes here? This energy is here all week with Sirius showing you the keys to the perception if you have the courage to dig deep enough to see the truth in the eye of the tiger and do what needs to be done. Now, on the 11th is the yod, which is what Spirit is giving me, is kind of like an eclipse energy. It's not an eclipse, but it's like an eclipse energy. And it can majorly catapult you, is what they just said, if you're coming into your power, if you're using the eye of the tiger. If you are feeling this energy properly and you're truly seeing and walking through the doors of the perception, okay? Because the yod here is speaking to Mercury, which will now be in shadow in the outer world, showing you some of those darker aspects that you might have overlooked while Mercury was in retrograde. And it's going to be speaking directly to the South Node, which is the rebirth, the rejuvenation, the life, death, so to speak, the mystery, the rules, the walls, the boundaries of the outer world, and how are we going to nurture it within our outer world into our lives, back to the third house of our communication zone, where the moon will be at. So this is saying on this day, are you going to get psyched out emotionally? Are you going to get psyched out? Will you cave? Will you speak up and say what needs to be said? Will you stand in your power? Will you walk your truth? Or will you get caved and pushed back into the corner? Will you stay in your comfort zone? Or will you take the leap of faith? Because a yod is the creation energy, which is setting the platform within the melding pot of the revolution of your own life. This is a big moment for you. Make sure that when you're coming into this energy and this is building, that you are using it for you. Use you wisely, my darlings, because your emotional level in Gemini is everything that's up close and personal to you, everything that is nurturing or neglected, everything that you need to see, everything you need to conquer, everything you need to acknowledge. This is everything up close and personal. And what does that mean to the from the outer world? Is it being set in ways that are supporting where you want to go? Or will you be shown where you're letting yourself down? And what will you do about it? Because it's time to take action. I love you guys. Bye.